let's get more on this issue from a U.S. and international political commentator, Calvin Dark, who joins us live from Washington. Calvin, thanks for joining us on The World Today.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Well, good evening. Now, the North Korean foreign minister is in Sweden in preparation for the talks. Other stakeholders such as China are also giving their full support. What could be the expectations for this meeting? What do you think the expectations are for this meeting?
Well, first, it's hard to evaluate the expectations because the Trump administration hasn't yet clearly articulated what its goals are for this meeting. Ideally, whenever the meeting is set, the president should address the nation and he should say what he expects to get out of it and what we expect from the North Koreans after the meeting. Now, there are three complications that will affect whatever the expected outcomes. The first one is the United States doesn't have a Secretary of State that is confirmed. There's, of course, the CIA Director Pompeo, who will probably be confirmed, but that won't be for at least the next few weeks, possibly even longer. We don't have an ambassador to South Korea, so we are at a handicap compared with the North Koreans, who have people on the ground doing the groundwork for this meeting. The second issue that I would raise is that the meeting is scheduled tentatively for May, but also what's going to happen in mid-May is the president has threatened to withdraw the United States from the Iran nuclear agreement. Now, if he follows through with that, that's clearly going to influence the outcomes because the North Koreans are going to wonder how much they can really trust an agreement on nuclear weapons with the United States if we just pulled out of the agreement with Iran. And the third complication is that this is an all or nothing. This is a singular opportunity for the President of the United States and Kim Jong Un to meet. And so if it doesn't go successfully, there is no real next step. Now, President Trump has built his reputation as president on that he's a master negotiator. And so he's putting a lot on the line. It's a big gamble. I also want to remind everybody that President Trump was a casino owner and they all went bankrupt. So take it with a grain of salt.
Well, finally, Calvin, is it possible for the talks to ever get past North Korea's nuclear weapons program, if it holds?
There are so many areas of cooperation, economic, security, development, not just with the Korean Peninsula, but with the whole region. But none of that has been explored, at least from the U.S. side, in a serious way because the nuclear situation has overshadowed it. And until that is resolved, or at least to a point where it is no longer a threat, I don't see any of those areas of cooperation even being remotely explored.
Calvin Dark, thank you so much for joining us on The World Today.